Hey folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Tuesday. We are rolling through the Pittsburgh Steelers offseason. And we got some news this morning from Adam Schefter of ESPN, who reported in an episode of, actually an appearance on ESPN radio, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are not likely to land cornerback Jalen Ramsey in a trade, which most of us have known for quite some time, but it kept getting put out there for I don't know why. Um, Schefter said that the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers are the most likely destinations for Ramsey, and that should be easy to tell because you can look at their depth chart and see where he would fit into those teams, where he would not fit into the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's not saying the Steelers didn't have any interest. They did reach out to the Dolphins. Actually, I think the Dolphins reached out to them. Either way, whatever. There have been some conversations between the Steelers and the Dolphins about Jalen Ramsey. Um, I believe that he would play in Pittsburgh if was traded here. That would be a team that he would consider playing for. But it just doesn't make any sense for the Steelers to be the team to offer him the most. The only place they really have to play him this year is in the slot or in some kind of split role where he would play outside and base defense and then move inside and nickel and dime and bring Darius Slay off the bench. Also, benching Darius Slay, who's their best cornerback probably, is also a choice. And then there's the price tag. Ramsey is owed $21 million in guaranteed money this year. That's a heck of a lot for a third cornerback. Um, Even if you would consider the idea of Ramsey being a potential future part of the deal, um, he's owed $20 to $25 million over each of the next 3 seasons. He's already 30. I think there's real questions, not just by the Steelers, but judging by the fact that he hasn't been traded, the rest of the NFL, as to whether Ramsey is going to be worth that contract that he has, and if teams are going to be wanting to take it on, or if they're going to want him to work out a renegotiated deal, or if they're going to try to pressure the Dolphins into eating some of that money to make a trade. Now, I do think Ramsey would have played in Pittsburgh if the Steelers and the Dolphins worked out a trade. Now, talk about reworking his money to come play in Pittsburgh. I'm not so sure about that. I think Schefter reported he would prefer to be on the West Coast, and I think that's true. And I think those teams have a better chance of being able to get Ramsey to redo his deal to make it a little bit more in line with his current play. Not to say he hasn't been very good. He has been, but that's a lot of money for an aging quarterback, and all of it this season is guaranteed as well. So there's a lot of factors there. But at the end of the day, the Steelers are very, very well set at cornerback. Could they upgrade on Bey Bishop in the slot? Yes. Do you need to spend $20 million to do that? No. And also, I have a lot of faith in Beanie. I think they have a good thing there that they don't just want to completely bury off the depth chart. Someone like Asante Samuel, Mike Hilton, I think Rasul Douglas is out there. Like, there's plenty of guys you can sign that can be some upgrade over Beanie Bishop that don't cost $20 million if you feel like you don't trust him to do the job. And at outside, look, Slay and Porter are the guys. You don't rotate outside corners. Slay's probably the best of the bunch. Porter is a big part of this team's future that they do not want to harm his development by taking reps away from him. He needs to play. He's been very good most of the time. He's got to clean up the grabbiness, and really the only way to do that is to go out there and do it. And so I think this whole thing has not been anywhere near a front burner. I don't believe cornerback has been anywhere near a front burner issue for the Pittsburgh Steelers at any point in the late offseason. They want a pass catcher very badly. They made no bones about that. We'll see if they're able to acquire one. That's where the conversations with people like Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith came in. Obviously, they checked in with multiple teams about wide receiver help. Nothing on that market appears to be forthcoming at this time. I think that's going to be a bit of a wait. But, yeah, cornerback, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. They could certainly add to it, but I don't get any sense that this has been any kind of front burner issue for the Steelers where they feel like they desperately need to acquire another cornerback or want to do anything approaching spending $20 million to add to that group that they've already got. I think they feel good about Slay and Porter, and you certainly don't need to spend that to find a slot upgrade if they decide they don't feel good enough about Bishop. That's it for this morning. Another guest hosted episode of Steelers Afternoon Drive. Noah Strickland of Sports Illustrated is on the way to Afternoon Drive, so that should be a good time. Noah's great. Should have some fun with that. So make sure you look out for that. Just have 6. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications here on the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode of Steelers Morning Rush, Steelers Afternoon Drive, all the other stuff we got going on here on the channel. And, of course, head over to SteelersNow.com. Check out all the written work. That's all I got for this morning. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.